I know there are a lot of people who will be longing for immediate justice. I know there are people who will be saying justice delayed is justice denied. But there are history is replete with examples of justice that was delayed but never denied. We have the most glaring case of Hissan Abre, who left Chad in circumstances just like Yahya Jammeh, and after many years of impunity was finally tried and sentenced last year. So people must not hurry to start retribution, but I think the most pressing task now is that of national reconciliation. And I think that is the role of civil society organizations. That is where the role of civil society organizations like OSIWA will become more prominent. I think civil society organizations, international organizations need to go into the Gambia and help them rebuild their institutions, starting with the judiciary. They need to help the electoral bodies, they need to help parliament to function like they normally need to function in a democratic society. This is a time when Gambia needs its partners, international civil society organizations, international aid organizations, the AU, ECOWAS of course, the EU, and more importantly, Senegal, the more stable neighbor. These institutions, partners, they need to help the incoming administration to build credible institutions that will assure a life in dignity for ordinary Gambians. I think Gambians have been yearning for justice for such a long time that if these concerns, their concerns are not immediately taken into account, it will spell disaster for the administration. So they need to work extremely hard. They need to be organized. They need to be able to communicate their actions to ordinary citizens. But I also think that ordinary Gambians need a lot of patience. You don't fix a system that has been destroyed over 22 years in a year. It takes time. You don't fix an economy that has been looted dry in a few years. It takes time. So their expectations need to be modest. They need to be patient. They need to support their government. But more importantly, they need to hold their government to account. I have the impression that in Africa, we are the people who turn our government into tyrants because we don't hold them to account enough. All credible institutions must make sure that they play their role. And if the institutions are playing their role, the ordinary citizens will be able to utilize the mechanisms of these institutions to be able to hold the government to account. So why I'm appealing that ordinary Gambians be patient, why I'm appealing that they should have modest expectations, I am also appealing that they should not lower their guard. They must make sure that they hold their government to the highest standard of accountability, because that is the only way they will be able to make sure that that government works for them and not for themselves.